Little known fact is that you can actually call a camera shake event from directly inside Niagara without having to reach out through the blueprint system and, you know, overcomplicate your life, because you're an effects artist. You want to make cool stuff. You don't want to worry about the tech, you know? So it's actually fairly easy. Camera shake is generally scheduled in the system to go off at the same time as the impact of the effect. So for something like this, it would happen as the sword hits the ground, and in this case, it doesn't do that. It's very bland, boring. It can be elevated quite easily. First things first, you go into your Niagara system and you are going to add an empty system. So add emitter, empty. We don't need sprite renderer, we can delete that. We keep pretty much everything else. Switch emitter state from system to self, infinite to once, and then we're going to go forward in our timeline and find where we want the impact to happen. In my case, the sword hits the ground at about 0.79 seconds. I'm going to go a little bit ahead and go for 0.85. So we're going to spawn this. We're going to add a spawn burst instantaneous, and we're going to set the spawn time to 0.85. Under render, we're going to go to component renderer. So we're going to go to this little plus icon, and we're going to create a new blueprint. Select your folder, save it as whatever you want. This is the container for your sword slam. And you will notice this is a blueprint setup. What we're going to do now is go into that same folder. We're going to right click, add a blueprint class, and then you're going to search camera shake. If you scroll down, you'll notice there's a lot of options. We're going to go for this top option, which is camera shake base. Select, and then name it whatever you want. Once that's done, go into it, and you will notice that it is completely empty. All of the options we want to change are on the right over there. We're going to go to camera shake pattern, switch this to Perlin noise. For a motion like a sword slamming into the ground, we don't really need to worry about many of the different options. We're just worried about the timing, and in this case, location. So on the Z-axis, we're going to move it by perhaps 500 and a frequency of 25. For timing, we want very minimal blending. So put that to 0.05, and blend out can remain at 0.2. We don't want this to happen for a full second. From here to about here, which is 0.5 seconds, give or take. So we set duration to 0.5. Now we save, compile, and sword shake is done. Now in Camera Master, we're going to search for play world camera shake. You're going to go to where it says shake, you're going to select class, and you're going to find your sword shake in this case. Inner and outer radius you can set to whatever. I tend to just go for pretty large numbers since this is a world camera shake and it's not really that important. If anyone who knows a little bit more about this than me can confirm or deny that, please do so in the comments below. What we're going to do now is we need to define where the epicenter of this is. So we're going to get player camera manager, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to use it to define the camera as the epicenter for the camera shake. Type in get actor location with context sensitive turned off, plug camera manager into the actor location, plug that into the epicenter, and then on event begin play, we can drag that into play world camera shake. With this, it should be done. We save, compile, and we can test it in the world. That is way too much, so we exit, we go back to sword shake. Instead of 500, we can go for 100. Time is also too much. We're going to go for 0.25. We're going to half that. We're also going to change the FOV. So let's increase this by about 5 with a frequency of 5. And now all we need to do is we need to keep going back and we just retime it until it feels right. This is happening a little bit too late, so we're going to actually make it happen a bit earlier by a full 0.05 seconds. Save, compile. And now we have a working and completely modular camera shake. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this. I want to see everything cool that you make with it. Please tag me on Twitter at SPRWTV. That's Sparrow. I'm allergic to vowels. What are you waiting for? Go make some cool stuff. And I will see you next time.